How we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here. Welcome back to another video. There's only 2 of these mounts on the entire EU right now. Starting price of 6 million gold. There's only one innovation investigator that is listed for gold cap in the entire EU. And there's not even a single margin manipulator up for sale right now. This is a week into the new patch. And there is an awful lot of gold potentially made in getting these mounts. So should we talk about how we get them? Yes, let's do exactly that. The trick to all of this is a little item that is available in the new zone. We are, yes, of course, in the Undermine. We are running around like a crazy person every single day at the moment, killing as many rares as we can in the hopes of getting these things, Miscellaneous mechanikas. These are very tough to get. They have a very low drop chance, about a 2 to 5% drop chance off nearly any of the rares in the zone. Collecting these is going to be well worth your while, but you do need a whole bunch of them. My little add-on here is probably giving the game away a little bit, showcasing that you technically need 113 of these to be able to collect all of the things. There is 6 pets, and there's those 3 mounts I showcased at the beginning, but all of these can be put on the auction house or used for your own personal collection. So how do we get Miscellaneous mechanika? How do we get as many of these as we can? Let's break it down in a little bit of detail then for this video. For starters, you are going to need to unlock the vendor to be able to turn these in even if you get them. At the south part of the map, you'll have this little hut, looks like a mini petrol station. This is the home of the Entrepreneur Inc. And you can come in here and you can do a little quest line. It starts with the crew. It's one of the side stories in the new zone. It's quite fun. It's well worth doing. But once you've done this on at least one character, this NPC will become a vendor as well. She's going to sell you or allow you to exchange these miscellaneous mechanikas for these mounts. 25 a piece though. This is why those mounts are so rare so far, because farming out 25 of these is Giga Chad level crazy at the moment. You're going to have to kill a lot of rares. Like I mentioned at the beginning, these things drop with about a 2 to 5% drop chance off any rare. So it's a numbers game. It's a simple numbers game. You're going to have to kill as many rares as you possibly can. And there's a few things you should probably understand and a few add-ons and a few little recores you can use to make this process easier. Firstly, let's talk about the different rares in the zone because they're not all born equally. There are, if we take a little bit of a look at who drops these, there is a bunch of different rares in the zone, and there are what are referred to as rare elites, and then just regular rares. The rare elites are the once per week killable ones, and the rare elites. These are the bigger ones. These are often the summonable ones. If you're using an add-on like mine called Handy Notes, these are the ones that often have the blue skull on them instead of the white skull. To answer a very quick question, how my skulls are so big, I just went into the settings and jacked up the scale to make it easier to see. But the summonable rares are going to give you the best chance at these mechanikas. There seems to be about a 5% chance off these. There's 4 of them in the zone. It requires you to be rank 6 with one of the sub-factions, meaning you will only be able to spawn 1. But find 3 friends, find 3 other people to summon the other 3. It's well worth taking the time and the effort to do that because they do have the highest chance for these. All of the other rares, though, you can kill them once per day, and they will all give you a chance at one of these mechanikas at about, I know Wowhead doesn't have fantastic data on this just yet, but the regular rares in the zone, we're looking about a 1 to a 3% drop chance on the miscellaneous mechanikas. So, how have I been doing this? I've not been super optimal with doing this so far, but what I have sort of done is built a bit of a system for me and my characters and how to get quite a few of these. I log on to an alt. And the first thing I do is I go into the pre-made group finder and I find a scrap group. There's not so many of these as there has been in the last couple of days, and we may find that there's even less of these over the next few days as they've just done a hotfix on the scrap to make the rare from the scrap spawn more frequently. But what this does is puts you on a shard with at least a bunch of other people. The reason I do this is because most of my alts are not going to have a super amount of gear. This dude I just quickly bought some like 597, 600 new Explorer gear to get him sort of roughly up to speed. But of course, even at level 600, I'm going to have a bit of trouble killing these rares solo. So getting myself in a group with getting myself on a shard with other people is very handy. It means there's a good chance when a rare spawns, you'll have a friend or two to pew it down and make it a bit easier for you. I will often then go and do the trash piles with that group of people, as this sort of helps you kill a little bit of time whilst you're waiting for some of these rares to spawn. If you sort of linger in the middle of the zone, there's quite a few rares in the middle that you can just quite easily jump to soon as they spawn, but I've tended to find that the ones on the outer edge, the rat's pit, the scrap beak, the flamingo, the rare, Grimewick, these are ones on the sort of the edge where I've sometimes had to just kind of lurk near where the rare spawns. They tend to spawn relatively quickly. But if you've got lots of ults, you can sort of just do a hot lap or two, spend 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes in the zone just circling in your car, driving around, and as long as you can kill sort of 5 to 10 rares within a reasonable time frame, don't feel the need to clear the map completely of rares, because you'll end up in diminishing returns in terms of your effectiveness. Kill a bunch of them as quick as you can and then move to the next ult. But prioritize the rare summoning ones. That's my main tips. But yeah, that's realistically all you need to know about these. It's weird to me to see just how quiet the market has been on these, just how few people seem to be paying attention to this, considering this is the week where this zone is all we have to do. Team NA, by the time I launch this video, and Team EU tomorrow will be going into Season 2, and there'll be lots of other distractions to keep you busy, which might mean there's less people in the main zone. Maybe it will be easier to kill the rares, who knows. But as time goes on, we'll get our hands on a few more of these. There are some reasons to push the renown a little bit to get these a little bit easier as well. There's a mechanic at renown 13, I think it is, called dumpster diving, which has been confirmed as a way to get these mechanikas a bit easier if killing rares ends up getting a bit painful for you. And much later down the line, we also have the suspicion that the 4 main mini factions, the Bilgewater, Blackwater, Venture Co, and where's the other one? Why is the other one not showing? I don't know. But when you get exalted with those guys, there are Paragon chests that also have the chance to drop these miscellaneous mechanikas. So this whole process will get much easier over time, but at least as of right now, it's a bit of a grind on the rares, but the rewards are really, really juicy. Any of the pets, any of the mounts, get them up on the auction house, pick a big number and then double it, especially if you're the first to market on these. I'm sure the price will obviously come down over time, but the sooner you get on this, the sooner you set yourself in a position to make a whole bunch of gold. So yeah, I'll leave it there, boys and girls. If you've got any further questions on this, please feel free to use the comments down below, or you can always jump into the Discord and ask your questions there. I'm usually live most days on Twitch. We also multi-stream here to YouTube as well, so you can catch us live Monday through till Friday in most cases. And finally, a big thank you to all of the Patreons. I should probably put this at the head of the video, but I know people don't like shameless promo sellout sections. But a big thank you to the Patreons. The Goblin Guide to the War Within is available to the Gold Goblins. There are some TSM groups and operations available on there as well. It really does help support the channel, so big thank you from me. But I'll leave it there. Give the video a like. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and happy rare farming, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.